everyone. I'm Matt Mitrovich, the alternate historian. After a long break, Trope Talk is back, and today we're going to talk about a little something I like to call Zheng He Sails On. Zheng He Sails On involves alternate histories, dealing with Zheng He, or more importantly, what he represented. For those who don't know, Zheng He was a 14th century Muslim eunuch and an explorer for the Ming Chinese. Despite being considered Chinese today, he was actually part of the Hui ethnicity and had Persian, Arabic, and Mongol ancestry. As a youth, he defied a Chinese general and was castrated, and then sent to serve the Prince of Yan, later the Yongle Emperor. He became a soldier and fought against the Mongols in the north, and later against the Chinese when he helped put his prince on the dragon throne. Before Vasco da Gama sailed around the southern tip of Africa to reach India, Zheng He led 7 treasure voyages across Asia and East Africa from 1405 to 1433. The first voyage supposedly included 317 ships and 28,000 crewmen. Some of these ships were massive and were described as being 600 feet long, had 9 masts, 4 desks, and massive cargo holds. Modern scholars believe the size of these ships were exaggerated, but nonetheless, the treasure voyages were impressive for their time. Zheng He intended the voyages to extend Chinese power, collect tribute, and secure trade. He also fought pirates and even invaded Ceylon, modern Sri Lanka. At the time of Zheng He's death, China had become the premier naval power in Asia, but the new emperor declared there would be no more treasure voyages. And Zheng He did all this without his genitals. Remember that next time you rant online about how much of a man you are. There are a few reasons. One popular theory is that the imperial bureaucrats wanted to break the power of the eunuchs and thus opposed the voyages. The more likely reason, however, is that they were just too expensive. Putting together a fleet that size just to collect tribute from what they considered tiny, backward nations was just more trouble than it was worth for the Chinese. That being said, one wonders what would have happened if China continued these voyages. A more outward-looking China with a strong fleet could have, conquered Japan, colonized Africa, or even discover Australia or the Americas. Not really. Although there were many theories about a Chinese contact with the Americas before Columbus, a more recent one comes from 1421, the year China discovered the world, by British author Gavin Menzies. In the book, Gavin argues that captains under the command of Zheng He reached the Americas. His theory, however, is based on his own personal interpretation of archaeological finds, DNA evidence, and ancient maps. Gavin also stated that Chinese bureaucrats conveniently destroyed all records of Zheng He's discoveries after China ended the treasure voyages, thus erasing any written records. Although I haven't personally read the book, it is because of those reasons that most historians don't take 1421 that seriously. Having Zheng He discover America is still a popular what-if. I personally have read a couple of timelines with that point of divergence, but that being said, there really aren't that many out there, despite it being recognized as a cliche on AlternateHistory.com. On the contrary, I'm going with trope on this one. While Zheng He discovering the Americas may be overdone, the idea of an outward-looking China establishing colonies and exploring the world is an intriguing idea to me, and it's a timeline that I would love to see more of. In my opinion, Zheng He Sails On isn't just about one man adding another accomplishment to his impressive resume. It's about an entire nation taking a different path and creating a strange new world. If you are looking for some good alternate histories featuring Zheng He, check out The Years of Rice and Salt by Kim Stanley Robinson, which I reviewed earlier on this channel. You can also check out Theodore Cook's The Chinese Discovery of the New World, 15th Century, which can be found in What If 2, Eminent Historians Imagine What Might Have Been, edited by Robert Cowley, which is an excellent collection of counterfactual essays. Well, that is all I have to say on the subject. If you like what I do, please comment, subscribe, or support me on Patreon. I'm Matt Mitrovich, the alternate historian. Bye.